Growing up, superheroes have been a big part of my life. Like Batman and Spider-Man and Iron Man and Superman, they've all been there for me in one way or another. Whether that's reading comics or playing games, they've always been there. But now that I'm older, I need to decide, do I like Marvel or DC better? And so, henceforth, let's make a video about it. Marvel versus DC, DC versus Marvel, which is better, in what ways? And just like Rick Harrison, I myself had to call in an expert. So, take it away, Awesome Man 37.
What are we talking about superheroes? Okay, well, you got Marvel and DC. And DC, you got Batman and Charles Barkley, Luke Combs, and then Marvel, you got like Chuck Norris, Robin Williams, sometimes Rick Astley. Oh, and then you got Thor. Can't forget Thor. You asked me which one's better. Marvel definitely does a good job in the movies. Charles Barkley. No, that was DC. No, sorry, DC. Charles Barkley. And Marvel does a good job with the live action movies, like like Avengers and Space Jam and all that. And the DC, although they have some good live action movies, do really good animated movies. DC's got some great movies, especially like Batman movies. Like Under the Red Hood and then The Dark Knight Returns and all that. And like still, like the Batman movies kind of carry the DC thing. I mean, they got some good Superman movies like with Red Sun and all that. And Flashpoint was good, but Batman's a starring character. Batman just carries DC, and Luke Combs just a little bit.
Thanks, Dick.
I think the best place to start is saying what's good about both franchises. So I'm gonna start with DC because I'm a little biased with DC because I just love Batman. So we're gonna start off with what I love Batman-wise. So there's a lot of great stories when it comes to Batman, like The Killing Joke, Long Halloween, stuff like that. And there's just a bunch of character arcs that I love. Joker just trying to push Batman to be like him and go insane, which you see a lot of in The Killing Joke, which I really, really like. And there's always that like debatable ending if Batman killed Joker. Spoiler alert, but anyways. Batman's Rogues Gallery is the most interesting in my opinion. You got people like Bane, the Joker, Ra's al Ghul, Deathstroke, a lot of misfits. I really enjoy it. What are some good things about Batman? The animated movies. God, I love all the animated movies. Like Gotham by Gaslight, which I still need to watch, but I hear great things about. The Killing Joke, I've seen that. The Dark Knight Returns, really, really great movies. That is something I think DC has good from our animated movies. Uh, and animated TV shows. I'll give them that. Brave and the Bold, the original, I think it was like early 90s one. Batman the Animated Series, that's what it was called. Batman Beyond, really great animated shows. So I think Batman and DC really has great animated movies, but when it comes to the rest of DC, I'm not the biggest fan of most DC movies. Like the Dark Knight trilogies, yes, I like that. I like the original Man of Steel, but the other ones, they're just, like, compared to Marvel, just not as good. The best way I like to set up Marvel and DC when comparing and contrasting, I think DC has the best comic books and mediocre movies. I think Marvel has mediocre comic books. There's some good ones, not my personal favorites. But the MCU is just very fantastic in its own way, and I'm gonna get to that in a sec. But like, for instance, my least favorite DC movie is Wonder Woman. Like, I couldn't get into it. Same goes for Justice League and like the whole Batman with Ben Affleck. I couldn't get into. Suicide Squad was something to get through. I couldn't watch all of it. Just like the more modern Batman and like Justice League movies just aren't that good. I liked Aquaman. Aquaman was good. Um, they have that going for them. In games, okay, I think DC, well, just the Arkham series. That's all really DC has, and the Injustice. Okay, Arkham and Injustice are like the only good DC games in my opinion. I don't know if there's any more. Um, DC versus I think Mortal Kombat. I think that was a game. Yeah, yeah, it was. I think. Anyways, now I want to talk about Marvel. What Marvel has that I like a lot is their movies. Marvel and like the whole studio, I guess Disney now. I was gonna say Kevin Feige and the James Gunn, because I'm a big sucker for the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. I really like them. James Gunn's a fantastic director, even if he has had a little bit of controversy. I really like him as a director. He's pretty cool. But Marvel movies are fantastic. Like, of course, there's some ones that aren't that bad. Like today, as I'm recording this, I just saw Black Widow, and it was pretty good, you know. The action is great. Sometimes it feels a little far-fetched with, jumping in and posing and then kicking ass. You know, like, but it's cool. I like it. Um, yeah, Marvel movies are great. Now, I haven't played the Avengers game myself, but I hear it's not the best experience, you know. I'm sure there's people that like it and people that don't. Like I said, I can't really give a critique on it myself because I haven't played it. But I mean, I do plan to maybe get the Guardians of the Galaxy game because I just said I really like Guardians of the Galaxy. So I don't know. I could do a series on that, or I might just review it. But as far as that goes, Marvel has really great movies. The comic books, I can't really name like any like fantastic art. Like Infinity War, yeah, that's really good in its own way. I like the zombie kind of like Marvel stuff that they had going on. I thought that was pretty cool. With like zombie Spider-Man and stuff. Spider-Man, yeah, speaking of which, that's a really good thing. I love the Amazing Spider-Man 1 movie. Alright. 2 it had a good setup with Electro. I liked it, and Hobgoblin. But like the first Amazing Spider-Man movie was really, really good in my opinion. You know, Andrew Garfield did pretty well, and I'm not disgracing Tobey Maguire or Tom Holland, but I don't know. I grew up in a time period where Amazing Spider-Man, the first one, came out when I was like 7, and I was like, holy shit, dude, this is good. And I watched it, and I played the game. Yes, I loved the Amazing Spider-Man 1 game. I just, wow, it was a great game, great movie. Everything about that was good. And I will say that, you know, in compare and contrasting with DC, they had a really, really good thing there. But all in all, my thoughts at the end of the day is, you know, putting them together is just you either really like one or the other. It's very biased either way. Like I said, I'm very biased to DC, and I'm not saying Marvel is bad or anything. I just like DC stuff more in a way, with games and animated movies, and some of their movies aren't bad. Marvel, I just like them for their way of showing in movies. I will say they do a lot better than DC. They show instead of tell most of the time. DC, it's just like it's more tell in my opinion. They're just explaining what's going on instead of showing cool action, which Marvel really gets into it like very fast, and I like it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you know what to do. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, yada yada yada. I'm working on some other things, a Dark Souls video. I think I'm going to do a Saints Row review, Saints Row 4 to be exact, because I just got it and I'm really, really enjoying the game. So, if you guys enjoyed this video, please share, do whatever you need to do. It's late at night and my brain feels fried from talking about all this, so. If you guys enjoyed this video, please... Yeah.